The short sound for U is the same sound as the schwa sound. Schwa is the name of a sound. It's the same sound for the short U. It's It's the laziest sound that your mouth can make. Your mouth is just dropped in the laziest way it can be, with no muscles being used in your jaw and your tongue is not being activated. It's just as in umbrella. That's the sound for schwa. It's also the sound for the short U. Every vowel, except for Y, can change to the schwa sound in different instances. And we're going to go over in every vowel's month when that vowel will change to the schwa sound. How much head glimpses do I want to give you? I'll give you an example of when every vowel will change to the schwa sound, and that is when it is almost to the end and there's an L at the end. That vowel is going to change to the schwa sound. I'll put some examples in the chat so you can see them. If it's almost to the end and there's a vowel at the end, as in, nickel, it's going to say nickel, there's that sound, nickel. Or pencil, it's not pencil, I said that wrong, pencil, that vowel changes to the schwa sound. Or pistol, the O changes to the schwa sound. So here you can see we have an E, an I, and an O. We think of an A. A changes to the schwa sound all the time, which is what we're going to talk about today. So when any vowel is almost to the end of the word and there's an L at the end, that vowel is going to change to the schwa sound and say It's almost like a disappearing sound. It almost doesn't even exist, as in nickel, pencil, pistol. But that kind of disappearing, really lazy sound has a name. That's called the schwa sound. In this lesson, we're going to talk about how A will sound like a short U if it's at the very end, the very last letter. We did this also in A month, but lots of us weren't here in A month. And it's a very common occurrence. So I wanted to go over it again in this lesson, in the U lesson. But first, let's do our phonemic awareness warm-up. Put in the chat, please, how many sounds in winter? Winter. Sounds, not how many letters, just sounds. Winter. And when you break it up, when you stretch it out, you can hear them a little better. Winter. Your mouth changes shape and your tongue does something different with every sound and every grapheme. So the sounds in winter are w, I, n, t, I'll do it again. W, I, n, Winter has 5 sounds, 5 graphemes. This is important for when you're reading because every letter is going to have a job. You have to be able to hear the sound, especially when you're spelling, to attach a letter to it to spell the word correctly, or a grapheme, letter or set of letters. Okay, that's all right. How many sounds in? So all of these have the W sound in them. And W is a very quick sound. It's w, w, w. How many sounds in twins? Twins. Stretch it out so you can hear them all. Twins. Chat. Twins. We have t, w, I, n, s. I, N, S. Your mouth and your tongue are doing something different 5 times. Twins, twins has 5 sounds. How many in swim? How many sounds in swim? This one, your mouth is making a more drastic change between each sound. So it's going to be a little easier to hear the 4 different sounds. If it's hard to hear the sounds, think about how your mouth is forming each sound as it comes out. Then that will be a different sense that you'll be using to identify those phonemes in that word. All right, getting a lot of, you're right, Ben, this one is hard. I'm getting a lot of 4s. So swim, that W might have been making that one hard, Ben. The sounds in swim are S, W, I, M. Look at the different shapes that my mouth is in when I make those 4 sounds. I've lost my mouse. That today. There it is. So look at the different sounds, the different shape that my mouth is in when it makes those 4 sounds in swim. We have S, I, M, W, I, M. 4 shapes, 4 sounds in swim. Well done. Okay, so our lesson for today is that A at the end makes the schwa sound, which is the same sound as the short U. Remember that really lazy sound, lazy jaw, lazy tongue. A at the end always makes the schwa sound. I love always rules. We don't have them in English very often, so when we do, we celebrate. But A at the end always says America, China, panda, Russia. I don't know why countries are coming to my mind. Montana, Dakota, Alaska. Why is there a lot of places that end with an sound? I don't know, but it's true. But whenever a word ends with an A, it's going to say So let's practice. So we're going to mark our pages. I'm going to start on my end, and then you can do yours on your number 1. So first, I'm going to circle my vowels. I'm going to mark them. I'm going to go to the first vowel, tap 2. Both of those are consonants. So it's going to make the sound, which is the schwa sound. It's the same sound that this A is going to make. So instead of, I could mark this A in 2 ways. I could put a short U sound, but I'm going to put the upside down E symbol. This is the symbol for the schwa sound. And that's technically what this A is doing. It's changing to the schwa sound. So I'm going to mark that with an upside down E. It's kind of hard to make when you're not used to it. I'm kind of used to it, but it's kind of out, down, up, and around. If you want to practice out, down, that's actually back, down, up, and around. Back, down, up, and around. If you want to practice making the schwas. Simple. And then when I pencil read this word, I only need to put 1 dot when I see a double consonant because it makes 1 sound. This C will always make its hard sound unless there is an E, I, or Y after it. So the C is going to say K. Then we have P, Kappa, Kappa, Kappa joy, Kappa. Okay, try yours over here. And I'll be quiet while you work. Good. When we pencil read it, it's T, Tapa, Tapa. Kind of like Tupperware if you or from somewhere else and didn't pronounce your R's. Tupperware. Does that sound British? Go get the Tupperware. I don't know, maybe. Tuppa. Okay, let's try number 2. I'm going to mark my vowels. These 2 vowels are going to say the exact same thing. This says This is going to make the schwa sound. I know because A's at the end always say When I pencil read it, I have a 2-letter blend here. It's going to say D, N, D, Drunda, drunda, drunda. Go ahead and try yours. Pencil read it. It's R, N, D, Frunda, frunda, frunda. Lots of that R is going to make it kind of tricky. It would be easier if it was just funda, but R is creeping into a lot of our words, so I put them in a lot of our practice words. Frunda, frunda. Okay, let's try number 3. I'm going to mark my vowels. You can do it along with me to make sure you get the same answer as I do. A at the end we know is a reading hack. We know it's going to say It's going to change to the schwa sound. Now I'm going to tap 2 on this first U. 1, 2. Yes, there is a vowel. 1 or 2 doors down. That means this U is going to say its name. Oo or U. It'll come out naturally. I'm going to tap 2 on the next U. 1, 2. Both consonants, so it's not going to say its name. It's going to say And this A is also going to say When I pencil read it, here's a 2-letter blend. 2 consonants together is a 2-letter blend. That is G, O, Oo, S, N, Glusana, glusana, glusana. How are we doing? Glusana. Okay, I can already see some people are jumping ahead. Oh, good, good. I'm glad that you're doing well. Okay, we have some high achievers here already trying the next one, I can tell. All right, let's go ahead and mark your vowels. I'll be quiet. So thank you for those who have your videos on. If you don't, it's okay. I understand. But if you do, then it helps me to know if I'm going too fast or if you guys are still working. So I appreciate those who are feeling brave today. If I pencil read this word, these 2 letters is called a digraph. So it's going to make one sound. So it's sh, oo, because I'm tapping 2 and there's another vowel there. 1 or 2 doors down, so that means that U is going to make a long sound, oo. And here's a double consonant. 2 consonants after a vowel means the vowel makes a short sound, and then A's at the end say So pencil reading it, it's sh, oo, shumapa, shumapa. Please put in the chat how you did on shumapa. Okay, I appreciate the honesty. So I'm like, so. Okay, excellent. Okay, I'm going to clear this page and let's do the last one. I'm going to mark my vowels. I can, oh, there's one. Don't let that one get by. Do you ever get confused with N's and U's because they're just inverted? So if you have dyslexia or if you suspect that you might, then letters can be confusing if they are the same up and down or the same left to right, such as N and U, B and D, P and Q, F and T, Z and S. If those are confusing to you, then you might have, yeah, but that is who I designed this course for. So, buddy, that is who I designed this course for. It is for people who struggle with reading or have dyslexia. So this course is catered and dedicated to you. Okay, I think this is where we were. Oh yeah, the U and the N. Lots of U's and N's. And then do you remember a couple weeks ago, for those of you who were here, when we talked about vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel? Here's one right here. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. When you see that, you can divide the word confidently, write down the middle of those two consonants, and then it gives you two shorter words to try to decode. So if you can look for a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can divide it right down the middle. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, and it will give you two shorter words to try to decode. We have to pronounce that N one time though. So when we pencil read it, it's sh. This is gonna, just kind of made a mess of that, didn't I? I'm gonna finish what I started here. This A is a schwa. This U is going to say what? Ooh, because there is a vowel 2 doors down, and this U is going to say because the next two letters are consonants. So now, when I pencil read it, we have sh, shun, shun. Okay, so now I got that part. I'm going to do the next part. Ood, nuda, nuda. Now I can bring those two syllables together. Shun, 3 syllables. Shanuda. Shanuda. Go ahead, try your number 4. Yes, I think you're getting it. So we have a hard C. We have the k sound for C because the next letter is not an E, I, or Y. C is almost always going to say k. So if you have to guess, which you don't have to now because you know the rule, you're going to want to go with the k sound for the C. So it's k, o, because the next two letters are consonants. So that's going to say oo, because there's a vowel 2 doors down. It's going to make this long sound. Oo. At the end to say So when we pencil read it, we have, why don't I just divide it right here? Because I can tell that that's a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So this first part is clum. This part is moopa. 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 When we put it together, clumoopa. Clumoopa. Did you get it? Did you get it? So excited to know. Let me know if you got clumoopa. It was a hard one, I know. Some of you are yes, some of you are no. I know that one was a hard one. That was a hard one. Hang in there, my friends. Hang in there. Okay, down to your, look at these little monsters. We're going to make these not monstrous anymore, okay? Crazy with writing these, didn't I? Some of these are kind of long. Which one do you want me to go over? I'm getting some emojis in the chat that are like, what have you done to us? Why do you hate us? Okay, so 7 and 8 and 6. Let's do 7 first. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna make this nice and easy when we figure out what the vowels say. If you can read the vowels, you can read the word. So here, this is gonna say oo because there's a vowel 2 doors down. This is gonna say because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. This is gonna say because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. This is gonna say because it's at the end. Let's see if I have any vowel, consonant vowels here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's one. I'm going to break it up right here. And here's another one. I'm going to break it right here. So when I pencil read it, it's p, r, oo, n, s, prunas. Prunas. So I've got the first part. Prunas. This part is t, d, tud, tud. Okay, I can read a 3-letter word, tud. Okay, we're good. And this last part, 2 sounds, d, da, da. Now it's putting it all together, right? Prunas, tud, da. Prunas, tada. Prunas, tada. Prunas, tada. You're all on mute, so you can say it. Okay, let's do one more, number 8. I know this U is going to say oo because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. This U is going to say because there's not a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. And same with this U. It's going to, wait a minute. Wait a little minute. There's an A at the end. So this U is going to say oo. And this A is going to make the schwa sound Let me check for any vowel, consonant vowels. None. Okay, well, we have ways to make this easier. First, we're going to tell our brain that we know all of the sounds. Ooh, s, t, oo, d, Okay, brain, that was the easy part. Now, the hard part is remembering the sounds at the beginning by the time you get to the end of the word. So we have a hack for that. We're going to go one at a time. Clue, clue, cluse, clusa, clusum, clusumt, clusumter, clusumtru, clusumtrude, clusumtruda, clusumtruda. So there's hacks for these longer words. Either look for a vowel, consonant, vowel, and split it up and make shorter words out of it, or go one at a time. They are all doable, especially with the new tools that you've been given to know what those vowels are going to say. It should take some of the fear out of it. Okay, we've come to the end of our class, but if anybody has a question, I have a few minutes. But actually, I have a question for you. I'm considering, not sure yet, but I'm considering opening another class that is just a Q&A. It's just you guys and me with just questions and answers, and I can listen to you read and give you, I would close it to 10 people, and it would probably be only 3 months at a time. So 10 people get this 3 months, and another 10 people can have another 3 months. So I can hear you read and give you personal feedback, or you can just talk to me about your questions. Put in the chat if that's something that you might be interested in. Good to know. You guys are amazing. My goodness, you are willing to put so much of time and effort into improving your literacy skills.